Passion, inspiration. I'm Stephanie Matthews with magicalmothering.com, and I have been having so many conversations with women over the past 2 days, especially, and I have a feeling it had to do with that full moon that was pretty intense. But over the past couple days, I've talked with a lot of women who are just done. They're just done. They have nothing left to give. They have nowhere that they're going. They're lost. They're confused. There's this aspect of feeling alone. And then they take it out on their kids, the beautiful little babies that they wanted and are so magical. And they end up using them to release frustration and anger and feel guilt. Hey, Autumn. So what is going on with this? Why is this happening? Hey, Karen, so often that fire inside is directly correlated to living our purpose. And so I know there's so many things out there of like, find your purpose, find your soul's calling, be what you came to the world to be. And you've probably even heard me say it. But the step is that there is a step before this. This living as your soul's calling, hey Michelle, or living as your purpose and being, this is the key word, being who you came to this earth to be, does require you to be whole. And this doesn't have to be a long process. I think people have heard me say this over and over and over again. The women in the group that go through this process with me go from feeling lost, confused, frustrated, angry to feeling more whole so quickly. And most of the time after 3 months, they know their purpose and they know their passion. So, but where is that passion? Hey, Carissa and Irita. I hope I said that right. Correct me if I did not. So as we really get into this aspect of who are we? What are we doing? Where is that fire? So I spoke, if you missed yesterday's Facebook Live, I would highly recommend going back to yesterday's Facebook Live because I actually found my power animal that was a phoenix bird and talk about fire. He just blazed and burned the path before me. And so how do I transmit this and offer some of this power and this fire to you to inspire you to find your power and your fire? So, hey, Marina. And this is where listening. So yesterday, or when I found my power animal, the phoenix bird, I heard very clearly, you need to create the fire from within, which for me was really working out, doing yoga, creating that burn in my muscles and that fire, literally. And this, I went, oh my gosh, it's so simple, right? And so movement is number one. You want to create the fire and this movement and this burning and this aliveness in you, you gotta move. You know what you need to be doing as far as exercise or movement, and if you do not, start with walking. Start with getting out of your house and going for a walk, especially if you have littles. Do this at least twice a day. Just get out of the house and move, okay? So that's a great way to start getting the fire ignited. And it seems really simple, right? But this is also for the women in the group. We don't talk a lot about this. And this needs to be a part of the conversation more often, is if you want to create transformation, you want to create the shifts, and you want to have them drastic and transformational, you've got to create this fire. And that is done through moving your body, okay? The next aspect, rhythm. I have talked for years about rhythm. And somebody asked yesterday about the Bringing the Wild Within planner. This is a daily rhythm page. So it has things we do. So it has things like, I am so happy and grateful that I have. This is a way to vision and stay in gratitude and vision properly. This is your to-do list This is a place for planning. It could be meal planning, business planning, any sort of planning. This planner is very flexible. Here's the gratitude aspects, your daily pillars, your getting out in the wild today. So it was make a windmobile out of nature. Super easy. I mean, it's not difficult. And all of them are kind of either a craft or a nature idea. And then you go up here, and this is Wednesdays is forgiveness work. Each day, yesterday's was inner child. Sundays is automatic writing. Each day gives you a new prompt so that you're doing the inner work. This is probably the most obscure aspect of soul purpose, soul transformation, is this inner work. There is so many resources out there, and Waldorf is a big one. Hey, Guyleen! There's so many resources out there of how to do inner work. There's a whole magical community out there doing their aspect of inner work. But it can get really tricky and it can get really sticky when you're only after what you want or what you desire, rather than stepping into sometimes those really uncomfortable places and healing what needs to become whole, healing the broken parts, pulling back all of your pieces so that you can step into this wholeness and go out and live a life that is whole, that does feel on fire and passionate and ignited. And so I've talked about movement, I've talked about rhythm, food. This is not something that I talk about a lot, and I could actually not talk about it before today, because for the past few months I have totally not been in my food zone. I had incorporated coffee back in my diet, which for me does not serve me. I had incorporated sugar back into our diet, which does not serve me. I had incorporated back foods into my diet. Hey, Hubert. I had incorporated foods back into my diet that do not create fire. They actually create this subdued effect. Bread is another one. So my husband and I actually just watched The Magic Pill on Netflix. Thank you, Maria Busby. I don't know if I just said your last name right, but you know who you are. She posted that she had watched The Magic Pill. It was about the ketogenic diet. And I realized, I said, I don't want to watch this movie. Because first of all, I didn't know about it. I didn't know a lot about it. I had been hearing a lot about the ketogenic diet, and whenever we don't know about something, it creates anxiety and fear in us. So whenever we are scared, so a lot of the women that I talk about, the 90 days to remembering your magical self, they don't know a lot about it. So it creates this anxiety and this fear, and it's easier to just say, no, I'm not interested, rather than taking that step and going, okay, I'll learn about what this is and what the process is and what it could do for my life. And that was exactly what happened. At the end of the movie, my husband and I actually went through our pantry at 11 o'clock last night when the movie ended, took out everything that no longer served us, filled up our trash can, made a huge pile of food that other families will get a lot of use out of. But for us, it doesn't make sense to carry these on the road. It doesn't make sense to continue to use them in our home. And so there was this light bulb moment of there's so much going on to create this fire. And if you're feeling stuck, this is the process. Hey, Mara, if you're feeling stuck, this is the process. Yes, I just said that twice. Creating that fire within. You have got to burn up everything that is blocking you from moving into your magical life. This is key. So how can you do that? One, I have quite a few resources available. One of them could be even just starting with the planner, the Bringing the Wild Within planner. Another resource that is fantastic is the 90 Days to Remembering Your Magical Self. And as this resource, the 90 Days to Remembering Your Magical Self, this ignites a fire in a way that is really amazing and inspiring, because it allows you to become whole. It allows you to find your purpose. It ignites that fire within you where you're no longer lost. You have direction. You're doing the work. You're staying present, and your life completely transforms. And so this is another aspect. This is the next step that needs to happen within the 90 days to remembering your magical self. So for those of you that are watching, which I know I see quite a few of you that are watching, yeah, I literally just wrote in my journal about how the smallest flame can start a fire. Yes, yes. So Mara, I was talking about movement, actually creating this movement and this burning and this aliveness within our body. And then the aspect is getting into our rhythm, really connecting with the moon and the earth and the seasons. Summer is started. May Day happened. Whoops. Gentle, guys. and then the next aspect is literally igniting that with more food that is not going to slow you down. So food, if you don't know about food, adding more fruits, vegetables, taking out the sugar, taking out the wheat, taking out the dairy, and being more alive with eating things that are closer to being alive. So I am going to let you all go because it sounds like there's some playing happening, and I'm going to go join in that. So enjoy this time. Figure out, like, PM me if you're going, wow, this all sounds great. I need fire in my life. PM me. Let's get you started. There's no reason to not start right now and literally ignite your life. Ignite your passion, ignite you so that you can be the most magical, illuminated being that you can be. I am so excited and I'm ready to do this with you.